What's up, everybody?
Hello. Hello.
We are live once again.
We got Tony Brewer coming on with us this evening.
Absolutely.
What's
Tony
his name of his business? Brewer Custom Builds. Yep.
Brewer Custom Builds. Oh, hang on. There we go. Give me a little
Yeah.
bit.
And he's in Kansas City, right?
Kansas City, Kansas, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Now, what's the difference in Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri? Is that the difference? That's right. That's the
It's
two.
just a state line. Kansas City,
Yeah.
Missouri is actually in Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas is in Kansas. It's like
So the people up there, most of the people that come to the shows and stuff, are they in Missouri or Kansas or both?
both.
Okay.
I mean, I can't just say that, though. That's not true because I've got people from Iowa, Nebraska. I mean, there's a lot of people everywhere that come to our shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi guys, hi Antonio, hi Jake, hi Luis,
Hey man, let me tell you the coolest thing.
David, Scott,
Tonio just liked our group. He just came into our group.
Antonio, Ortiz.
Yeah, I
That's
saw I saw it. Is it yesterday? I think or something like that. So now he's in like Jen.
we're gonna have to get you up here one day where Antonio cooks.
Oh, I went and had tacos.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did. That's right,
Yeah,
yeah. Antonio is the man behind the grill, the stove, whatever. It's all good.
right. Yeah, it was good.
Hi Tyler.
It was good.
What's up, Turner? Hi everybody. So we're gonna have a little local guy with us tonight. Tony Brewer is gonna be on the show with us. Really awesome guy. If you guys haven't checked out his webpage, it's Brewer Custom Builds. Check him out. He does awesome stuff.
I didn't know we had a web either. I'm gonna go to it right now.
Yeah, well, it's on. I don't know if it's a web or if it's Facebook, but yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
he will build you a
Check
nice box. No matter what you want, just holler at him and he's got you.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's Facebook.
Antonio said, "Thanks, fellas. Absolutely. That's my boo right there. I love Antonio.
Right. I'm telling him to mail me some tacos.
Absolutely.
There was other stuff there too. I just really like those tacos.
Boy, which ones did he make you?
Actually, it's all on the stove, and I was able to make it myself. So I'm really not sure what I made.
Hi, Free. He said morning, whatever. So, did he make you the white people taco or the good ones?
I don't know. Like I said, I made it. I don't remember.
Antonio, were they good tacos or the white tacos?
They was good. I ate a bunch of them.
Yes, I called you out on that. The white people taco. Yes, Tony is also a DV drive dealer. Absolutely. He had my tacos. Oh, you had the good ones in. Absolutely.
Yeah, they were good, man. A lot of beef or not what was it? Steak. It was sirloin, I think, and chicken. And I
Yeah.
normally like steak better, but the chicken was really good.
The chicken's mine. He always makes the chicken for me because I like it.
I think you were there that night, right? We was all there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which show was that after? Was that the very first one, or that was this? Yeah.
I think
Or
that
was
was the
it
very
the second
first one in November of last year.
one? It seemed like it was yesterday.
I know, right? It's been a little bit.
I was talking with somebody, and we saw. Well, it's you. I was talking to you, and I'm like, so we had a show up there in November. What we were thinking, but dude, it's almost November again.
It's getting there. I mean,
This year went by fast.
absolutely. You know, we had all the stupid COVID that kind of really ruined everything. You know,
Yeah, but I didn't realize we'd had as
that
many
in just
shows.
a special way because I know a lot of people being affected by it.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
we all have, and I understand. It's just enough's enough. I'm tired of it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man.
I don't
I'm
mean
about
that in
over
a
it too.
disrespectful way, but it's ugly.
So how many shows have we had up there so far? I did one, and then I did one with you. Like I come up there, we did one. I come up there, we did another one, and then I come up there and did one for you. You might say, right? And then you've
In
done
my
two,
in
haven't
my region, I want to say like 4, but I think I've had 6 or 7 now.
you? Yeah, yeah, right. I need to scroll and see how many I've had this year. I bet it's 50. Year's not over, but I bet it's 50. I'm
50
not gonna go count
years.
them on the show, but
I'm gonna blow you away next year.
yeah, good luck with that. I hope you do, is though. I hope you do. I'm rooting for you. Right.
Absolutely,
If
absolutely.
I find this Jordan, you guys that don't know, I spoke with Jordan Acosta today, and he's going to come on and do some base horse with us as well, like what Jimmy's doing. He's going to help out, and then man, I find me somebody in South Florida, it'll be on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think I don't know. We might have a couple people to talk to.
Yeah, yeah. I saw Jason, but he was having a really bad day when I was down there last time, so I didn't bring it up. But uh, you know,
Come up.
we'll find
Where's
somebody.
you exactly at, Dan O'Brien? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What was that?
Dan said, "Come up here." I asked where he was exactly at.
Dan's in St. Louis, St. Charles, isn't he?
No, 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 no. I want
Oh,
to
I
say
know Dan O'Brien, right? Yeah.
Dan O'Brien. I want to say he's like Minnesota or somewhere up.
Ain't he in the same town as Larson?
I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. Honestly,
I think so. I could be wrong. Fargo.
Fargo,
Where's Fargo?
North
North
Dakota.
Dakota? Is that North Dakota?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a long ways from Biloxi, Mississippi.
I want to say just off the top of my head, it's like a 7-8 hour drive, maybe. Dan can say that.
Oh, yeah, 200 miles away. Okay,
Well, Larson's 222 miles away from him. How
right.
far was it for you to the last show, Dan? My last show.
Well, 200 miles, that's really just a Coca-Cola and a bag of chips. Didn't
Right.
take
200
long.
miles ain't nothing anymore.
Right. Right. Well, we got Tony backstage here.
Well, let's bring him on.
Let's bring him in and let him take over for us so we can get a little break. So I see he's combing his mustache. I'm gonna give him just a second.
Look at it. He's probably sitting there doing this or
No, I'm
doing
kidding.
this.
He's not doing that. I'm just giving him a hard time. But anyway,
No,
y'all, here's Tony Brewer from Tony's Custom Builds. Hey,
from
man.
Brewers.
What's up, guys?
Man, not much. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. How about you guys?
Yeah,
Good,
we're doing
good.
fine. We're doing fine. What's new in your area?
Just the usual, building lots of stuff, trying to stay busy and keep on keeping on, trying to maybe eventually branch out and do this as like a full-time thing, like trying
Yeah.
that's why I'm trying to expand out. That's why I did the like the Mickey Mouse shelves and stuff like that I made. I'm working on like a TV thing with my mom, and then like we're doing some doors, like some sliding doors. So just trying to like show everybody I can do more than just boxes,
Yeah.
trying to expand
Right,
out.
right. Yeah. And whatever, make a couple dollars, you can buy you
Hey,
new saws or new toys and,
hey,
make better
yeah,
stuff.
it seems like it's all going right back into the truck at this point, but
Right,
you know,
right.
that's
That's,
that's the
that's
audio
only
life.
because you got a lead foot.
All right. Yeah, he's
Hey,
already replaced the motor in the little Ranger, right?
If nobody has ever rode with Tony, it's like riding in a Lamborghini on a Ford Taurus. In a
Wow.
Taurus.
but
I remember
yeah,
the old Taurus used to go crazy
I
with
just
that
talked
wall.
to the guy who's doing the LS swap on the truck. He said it'll be about another month. He said so. then hopefully that'll give me enough time to do some more testing and get ready for finals coming up for Midwest, and then get ready to see what numbers I can do in base wars too, so try to gain up a little bit.
Now, when is the Midwest Finals?
October
Like the last
27th,
week,
the end of
just like the last weekend of October. I think it's like the
I mean, make
24th,
sure that we
5th,
don't
or
schedule on top of it. It's the reason I asked.
yeah. I mean, all I know is it's usually the last weekend of October, and then it's like that Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday we go. Well, Sunday we usually go home because we're only. The nice thing about that is we're an hour and a half away from where we go, so we just drive right back.
I actually came to it last year, but I went to all of the finals for all of the orgs, and a couple other shows. So I don't remember what town it was in.
Steve Herman said it's going to be the 24th and 25th. So
Okay.
I believe it's somewhere around there. I don't know. It's like the end of October, and it's in Sedalia, Missouri.
Yes, Sedalia. That's right. Okay.
Yep. The State Fair town, that's what they're known for. Like everywhere you go, it's State Fair Motel.
State Fair, absolutely.
Yeah. Dan O'Brien says it's the 26th and 27th of October.
All right. Yeah. End of October. So
24, 25.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody.
But that's always like that's
just strong right there. Look at that. Look at that curl.
It's getting there. I'm hoping here soon, we'll hit it with a little curl and make it look fancy.
So Tony, if you don't mind answering this, how old are you?
31.
31. So you probably won't remember this, but Jimmy, you will. You remember the Russian guy on Mike Tyson Punch Out?
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
he shaved his head and curled up.
Yep, the curl up. Yeah. That's Tony.
Right?
I get that.
The guy on Mike Tyson didn't have a big enough head.
Yeah.
Right. Raleigh Fingers, he was a baseball player, like older baseball player that did it too. I get that a lot. They're like the old Raleigh Fingers stash.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, cool. So Tony, you make speaker boxes, huh?
That seems to be my specialty. That's kind of what I've grown into quite a bit, and kind of got a little bit more custom. Started out like one of my buddies actually down the street. He's still got like the very first real custom box that I ever made, and like from that to what I am now, like it's a world of difference, But like that's why I tell people, I'm like, it didn't happen overnight.
Right.
Like I've been doing it for 7 years now.
Yeah.
Started on Craigslist, advertising on Craigslist, and then Facebook Marketplace, and then like I moved to Kansas City. That really helped a lot. Like get into like a bigger city, like kind of expanding out. Go to car shows all the time, advertise it, give out decals with boxes, so that way get my name out. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows. Just kind of like it's like advertising. You see the sticker, somebody's like, "Oh, he's got a Brewer box in there," and trunk vibrating, doors flexing, all that. Like I love it.
So you gave away speaker boxes?
Yes. So I did a little giveaway because like I sell for DB Drive as well. So like I'm trying to push that out a little bit more. And so I did a giveaway where I gave away a sub and a box. And it was
come here.
It was a G2 sub line. So it's like 1250 RMS sub, kind of like a middle level sub, but just kind of help get the name out a little bit. And like, so I did like a share, comment, tag 3 people type giveaway. And but it was just kind of like a cool little thing, so
did it work out well?
Yeah. I mean, it worked out pretty well, like I had quite a few people who got entered and stuff. My buddy Chris Burrows, I've known him for a long time. He actually ended up winning, and he paid for a little bit different because like I did like a plain box as the giveaway, like plain birch. And then he added a plexi window. He's like, well, if I'm getting it for free, like I'll pay you a little bit more. Like let's upgrade it, like give it the work. So we did stain and clear, put a plexi window on it, and he's ecstatic about it. Like he loves it. So it was a good feeling, to get back.
Yeah. That's cool. Now, do you design them as well?
Yeah. So I
What
do
software
all
do you use? Like,
so sometimes I use WinIds or like the Win ISD, or like I'll use like Ultimate Car Audio app just to kind of, it gives me my measurements. I've got like, like my per air, my cubic feet and all that. Like I've got like what I know works for different, like I usually go a little bit bigger than spec, kind of give people that deeper, lower, like a lot of people in Kansas City, they use epicenters. So like they want that like real low, 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 just
right.
shake and break everything, So like,
Yeah.
That is silly.
but so like I've learned that like different, like though the people with epicenters want a differently tuned box. So like I've got to change it. And then we've got like our SPL guys, and then like we've got just like the daily guys that just want kind of like a decent range of in between everything. So like each box is, that's why I tell people, like when they just get a prefab, you're getting that box that was made for just like a basic thing. But like when they switch to a custom box, they are always like, they always message me. They're like, "Oh, dude, this like woke my system up. Thank you so much." They get excited. It's cool. Like that's what makes me enjoy doing it, is like seeing those customers get excited and they realize like
Right. That is
their
fun.
yeah their subs came to life. They get excited about it, and then they come back again or they tell their friends, and that's just how it's grown to what it is today.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
But 7 years, it takes a little while, doesn't it?
it takes some time to like grow to what it is to not to the what it's been today. So,
Yeah.
but it's a good feeling. I go to shows and I see my stickers all over. I see my
They're
boxes all
everywhere,
over now,
man. They are
and it's
everywhere.
not just and
They
it's
are.
not just like audio shows. Like we go to car shows, and like all those guys, I've got my boxes in their cars and stuff too. So
So
it's a good feeling.
I came to and did this show. It was Denny's show, and I came up there when Jimmy came down south, and
Yeah.
so
Biloxi.
I did get a minute to walk over to the car show part, and there was a line of Tahoes over there, and
Yep.
Boy.
was on a bunch of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a lot of the so they have like the Midwest Tahoe Club, and
Hmm.
like I've known a few of those guys for a long time, and like they always send me a lot of people. But like Tahoes, they've got lots of room in them too for that stuff. So like it works
Yeah,
out. And with like SPL stuff, like I know like what sounds good in those, what like for their dailies, like I know how to make it sound good in there, and like I give them little tips and stuff too when I'm like, if I sell somebody a box and I know the vehicle, I'm like, hey, you might try this and maybe put something here to try and help with this, or like I try and help them a little bit too. Like when they like, oh, you're running a 3,000 watt, they'll ask like, why am I like so dim? Like, well, you might look into getting a big 3 or upgrading your battery, so just try and help them all around a little bit. So,
now, do you do that stuff as well for them?
uh, I don't really enjoy doing this. Like I do installs, but like I mostly send them to my buddy Anthony right now, or like Jason. They're trying to do like installs on the side, and like they
Hmm.
do good work. So I trust that I can send my people to them and be like, hey, you're gonna get good
Yeah.
work if you go here. But like
Because
at
I'm
work,
too old and won't do it no more.
because like
Right.
I
at
only
work,
help
that's
out
what
a
I do.
small amount of people.
Hmm.
Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt you, Tony.
But that's like at work, that's what I do, is like just install shit all day. Like I build like work vans, cop cars, stuff like that, work trucks and stuff. We do like lights, inverters, all that stuff, like work
Now,
shelves and stuff. So
so where do you work? What do you do?
it's a place called Auto Truck. And so like we make like the Home Depot vans that you see. We
Yeah.
made all those. We do like the trucks and stuff. We do the flatbeds. And then like right now
You
our
mean you
big
put the bed?
project.
Do you put that flatbed on the truck?
Yep, we get it, and it's just the frame we mounted to the bed, the
Well,
big old bed and
y'all
stuff.
just
So
basically build work trucks.
yeah.
Whatever.
We basically get it bone stock from like Ford, Chevy, Dodge, wherever they want the van. Since we're in Kansas City, we're right down the street from the Ford plant. We do a lot of the Fords, but
Right.
like so like our big project right now is all the FedEx vans. Like we got 1,100 FedEx vans that we're doing. So
Oh my
like they've
God.
got like assembly line set up across our shop, and they're running
That's
that.
job security right there, man.
Yeah. So it's always good, you know. We see these big jobs come in, and we're like, all right, you know, like this is a good group of people. They're gonna get us knocked out, done, and they're gonna
Yeah.
come back and get even more, you know. So
Right.
and it's kind of cool, you know. Like it's cool seeing that stuff and doing that stuff, and like that's something else I've added to my list of skills, you know. Like I can do that stuff, wire up some strobes, or put toolboxes on, put shelves in the back of a
I can
van.
do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Try and stay busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
so sorry, but my phone is blowing up here tonight. I apologize.
So Tony, do you build more ported, sealed, or fourth order enclosures?
So most of the time it's just basic ported. Occasionally, you know, like I've got guys who want the sealed boxes, so like I make the sealed boxes, and then like I'll do fourth orders as well. But I think what worries people a lot about fourth orders is like if they don't have a plexi window, they're kind of like locked in the box. They
Yeah.
can't change it out. That's what they're stuck with, you know. So like I think, and then so like some people they do want the plexi window, so they're just like, all right, you know, we'll worry if something happens, it happens. I don't have to tear it apart, you know. That's
Right.
but I do fourth orders and stuff. I've done a couple of sixth orders, but just mostly it's just like a basic ported box.
Yeah. That's cool.
So
So, you know, a lot of people use a certain amount of square inches of per cubic feet for their port. You know,
yep.
do you have a certain thing that you like to use?
Yeah, so like I was saying, like I tune it a little bit different for like each person's wants. So like the epi people, the epicenter people who want that really, or just, you know, somebody who just wants it really low, you know, we kind of go a smaller port area, like 10 to 12. And then like those daily guys will go 12 to 15. And then like our SPL guys, 16 to 20. Or like if we're like really get like that's just like kind of the basic, but like when we really get into testing, or like where we got like Jason's van, you know, we're like basically building the port and like doing like getting into real testing, trying different size ports, opening it up more and more as we go, until it quits getting louder, and then we kind of cut back and come back and do it. So like that's something else like I've gotten more into is like the SPL side of things. Cause like when I first got into it, I was demo. I had my 415 setup is what everybody knows me for. I would literally just turn it all the way up and I would walk away and like let people sit in it. They would just demo for 30, 45 minutes straight. People would be like, your subs are warm. I'll be like, it'll be all right. You know, like if I blow them, I'll fix them. But they never went. So like I would do that. Like we had in the chat the other day, somebody shared a video of my car and like they were walking around it and I was nowhere to be found. And I was like, you know,
he would just turn that shit on and walk away. We were like, Tony, he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I would go enjoy the show. You know, that's what I'm there for. I'm there to enjoy the show. Like I like giving demos too. So like sometimes I'd come back, give special demos, you know, and like get people more involved and like do that. But like sometimes I wanted to go get demos from other people or like socialize or grow my business. You know, I'm measuring boxes for people at shows sometimes or doing stuff like that or giving ideas, like trying to help people gain in the parking lot.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You know, we look at that. Yeah. Hey. That's Tony's favorite word right there. Hey.
But yeah, you know, like that's what shows are there for. You know, they're there to have fun. I made a post the other day about how much I work, but like sometimes shows become work too, like at some point. And like
Shivers over here, sir.
yeah, sorry. But like I go to shows and I start working, like I feel like I'm working sometimes because I'm like measuring out boxes or helping people with their systems or like trying to help troubleshoot a problem somebody had. Like Jason at the one show, he kept having problems with the amp, so we were trying to troubleshoot it and get ideas of what was going on. Or like the
how many
show
shows have we sit and just actually helped everybody else? And
yeah, and that's
we've
what
not
we
even
did.
be able to enjoy the show, but you know that's what it's all about. You know, you're just like I am. You like to just sit. We'll help each other out. There's been many shows where I've had people help me, and I try to, show the same love with everybody else as well. Stop it, Fatima. Tony's live. Fatima, stop it.
But
Nice.
yeah, I mean that's like the other day the show Joe came out to, and he was like I think he was like 0.7 behind somebody, and he came over to me and he was like, "Hey, can you help me gain real quick?" And I was like, "Let's go over there and see what we can do," And then I think we gained him like almost a dB and a half or 2 dB, something like that, just like playing with different shit, and then he came back and he like jumped up 2 places, I think, or something like that, and like so, and it was excited. It was so like that was like a good feeling, like helping somebody out, gain a little bit, and jump up a little bit more. And he was excited, and then like learn that like if you test a little bit different, like sometimes SPL doesn't make sense. Like sometimes the things you do, like my truck is loudest with both windows down. That's like what we figured out with his S10.
What kind of truck is your Ranger you talking about?
Yeah, so it's a 1988 Ford Ranger. So like the funny story is like when I first got it, a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's the wrong style truck. It's never gonna get loud." But I like different shit. I like my wall and my Taurus. It was a Taurus. People don't see a lot of Tauruses with a wall, so it was different. So I like different stuff. But then like I started playing with the Ranger, started doing different stuff, and then I threw a bunch of power in it, and it came to life, and I was like, all right, now we're cooking with gas. And like the first finals I went to with it, I got a second and a third. So, and this year I'm hoping to come back and maybe get a first and a second, or maybe 2 firsts. We'll see. Yeah, I just got to do some testing, make some gains, and see what I can do.
There was I do some shows in Shreveport, Louisiana, and there's some guys that come. I honestly don't even know what subs they have, and I don't know if they're under seat or on the seat or whatnot. But it's something that's like at least a couple 15s, I would think. But dude, there's this F-150s. They roll all the windows down and open the sunroof and gain.
Yeah, it's weird.
What the crap?
Yeah, and that's like when you like got like trunk cars that gain ridiculous when you open the trunk. It's like it's just one of those weird things. Like my Charger is that way. Like I can gain almost 2.5 dB just opening the trunk. It just like it's something about it. SPL just that's why I tell people I'm like, different. Just because it doesn't make sense doesn't mean you're not going to gain with it.
That's right.
You got to test it. That's one thing I've learned.
It's like the Nitro. I mean, when you think about it on the Nitro, I gain almost 0.7 dB, and I mean, to a lot of people, that's not a lot, but 0.7 dB by opening up my hatch. Even though I'm completely sealed off.
And you're sealed off.
It does not make, I'm completely sealed off. It does not make any sense, but I gain 0.7 dB by opening up the hatch.
It's just those weird things, like, and that's one thing I learned, like, the beer-based mafia guys, I've kind of always, like, that I've always looked up to them and shit, and like now I'm on Team DB Drive with them. So like I've kind of like always took what they've said. Like that's what I like about them too, is like I can ask them a question and they'll be like, I don't know, you'll have to test it. And they'll kind of be like, like they'll hint towards like maybe try this too, so like they don't give me the answers, they make me work for it, and I like that shit. Like I like not just being handed things, I like them like I like working for what I have, So
I don't know those guys really well, but anytime people carry around a notebook with times, temperatures, and humidities and stuff like that, I'm gonna probably listen.
When he shows Tony, if we went at with Nate, he knows the barometric pressure, what his stuff will do at such and such, at the heat, he's got a whole book. And he'll sit and thumb through it and be in the back of the parking lot until the very, very last minute where Steve at Midwest SPL is like hollering at him, like, please come get up in the lanes. That's enough.
Yeah.
So I just looked in the chat. Sorry. So something else I want to bring up is my voice coil temp sensor and the voltmeter. So we've got a buddy. Yeah, well, I've got
I'm gonna get Josh on here next week.
All right. So, but that thing is super cool. It's super awesome. I love it. It's worked amazing, everything. And he's always like getting better at like everything. He's always trying to make a better product. So like when he asked me to test it, I was like, yeah, man, I'll test it, So I've got it in there, and like it's a pretty cool little extra ad bit to help save you some money. It could save
When
you
you
money in the
beg
long run.
somebody for a product and they won't give it to you, you reach out to somebody else and they promote it, they give it, and it's, I want to say, just a tad bit better. And I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but y'all will see the final finished product in a while.
Oh yeah,
But
it's gonna look good. Because I
yeah,
just have a rough draft of it. Like I just have like the rough draft just to make sure things worked right, just make sure like they can take the abuse. I've been beating on. That's my daily. Like I've got it in my daily right now, and I beat on it. That's what I do. I've got the 4/8s, the four DB drive G5/8s wired at a half ohm on my A7 5000 in my charger. So like everywhere I go, it's turned up. That's just my
but what
that's my
everybody
daily.
is seeing in Tony's car, I'm sorry, in the Charger, is just a prototype. It's going to get better. And
yeah, that's why we're testing it. So just to like see what he's like, all right, so let me know what could be better, what could be, and like honestly, like it's a really good product. I've made my few suggestions to him, and he's taken. That's what I like about him too, is like he listens. Like he'll take it and like be like, okay, well let's change this. So
yeah,
well,
it's always cool.
I'm going to leak a little bit out. When you can test multiple subs and know the heat off of multiple subs to figure out if you have an unloading problem or any other issue, that's going to make a big difference. And that's going to be a game changer right there.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be a cool little project. I'm excited.
Not a single sub, but multiple subs.
Yeah.
So that right there, I'm not talking any smack on Mike DeGuardo, I believe his name is, because he's an awesome guy.
Mike Gerard.
Is it Gerard?
Gerard,
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
He's from right here in Florida, right here close to me, I think.
I've reached out to him for almost 2 years and begged, asked. I don't know. I did quite a few things for one, and keep saying I'm bringing one out. I'm bringing one out. So we'll see. We have something new in the mix that he better step his game up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Mike. I know Mike. I don't. I mean, I don't know him well, but I see what he posts a lot, and he's on the roofs. I think he's working his business real hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's cool. It's a cool little thing. It's got the voltmeter and everything, and it's got some pretty cool features that are like it's different. It's something different. Like that's what I like about it. Like it's added his own little touch to it. He's super smart, and like it's cool. Like the first time I met him, he offered to fix my radio because I made a post in one of the local pages, and he offered to like I was like, does anybody know how to fix radios? And like he came out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, I'll fix your radio for $20. And I was like, all right, cool. And then so I give it to him at this show, and it was like 2 days later, he sent me a picture, and my radio was just completely tore apart. And I'm like, oh, what did you do to my radio? And I'm like, I was like, I just gave this guy to my radio, and I told him he told me he'd fix it for $20, and then he ended up doing like he like broke it down, and like I was like, oh, like he started like speaking like super like everything, and I'm like, I got no idea what you're saying. I trust you at this point, and like he fixed it, gave it right back to me, and like worked even better because he's like, hey, I'm gonna change this, and it's gonna make it a little bit better too, and I'm changing what broke, and I'm like, okay, cool, and then I got it back, and it was better than when I gave it to him. So I'm like, and he does yeah, and I was like, man, and then like that's when he kind of came in and started fixing amps and stuff locally and doing all that for us, and like he would take them, and like if he could upgrade them, he would upgrade them if we wanted them upgraded and stuff too. Yes. So he's a super cool dude, super smart, super like down to earth, super cool to talk to, and like he's a cool dude. So I definitely support him 100% of the way. Like his product, I'll stand behind it. If anything happens to any of them, he'll be quick to fix it for you, get it taken care of. And
I've had like 3 or 4 amplifiers that sit over there in the basement that I've not let anybody else touch or fix because he went on like a small break for a while. And I just let him sit over in the basement. And I was like, there's plenty of other people that could fix them. But this certain person that we're talking about, by far, he's a stand up guy. I'm not going to mention any names because hopefully next week or the week after we're going to get him on.
About bringing on.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I want him to, to be able to get his name, and then Mont drops the bomb, Dick. Sorry.
Right.
But anyways, he's a really stand-up guy, and that's really, to me, that's all that matters. He stands behind everything he does. If he has a problem or you have a problem, he's upfront about it. He's not going to lie to you, and he's actually working with B2 and a couple other.
Where is I see B2 often? Well, not often, to be honest with you, but when I do see them, they usually do well. Where are they located at? Are they American?
Tony
Swedish, yeah, sweet like Danish.
Like Danish.
I actually used to be on Team B2, so like I went from like Team GP, like I was with GP for a while. I won't get on that subject because we don't like, but like I got with B2 with them. I went on to B2, and then like I had some problems with a couple of guys, so like I switched, and like I was just like I don't want to deal with any drama or anything, so like I stepped away and kind of moved on, and then that's when I went to Def Fonts and ran a different amp at finals, and they didn't like it, so I was like, it is what it is, So, but now I'm with the DB Drive guys, and like I feel like I have a little bit more help because the main guys are here locally. They're always willing to help me if I have any questions, or like and now I also sell for them as well. So like you see me pushing the product, and I can also get it for you, So like that's what a lot of people like about it.
Local to Kansas City?
Huh?
DB Drive, are they local to Kansas City?
DB Drive, their actual warehouse and stuff is in Texas. Like their main areas in Texas, but like Jason Booker, Eric Bradner, Justin Morrison, all of them, they've got a real good relationship with them. So like they've got it set up to where like they've set me up as a dealer and everything to where I can push it with my boxes and do like installs and stuff. Well, Anthony does the installs. I just build the stuff and like. So like we kind of like work together on stuff like that, and then like it's just nice having like I'm trying to like build up my stock to where like if somebody's like, hey, I need a set of 6.5s and an amp, I'm like, I got it right here, ready to go. So it helps sell it rather than being like, well, I can get it in like a week, and we gotta wait a week to get it here. So
that's right. But you hate to have money sitting on the shelf unless you got it totally extra,
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing with a lot of like my box money, and now recently is investing it into that. Like, so like that's what so like my job pays me good enough to where that pays my bills. The box shit is like that's what pays for when we go out of town, and I pay for hotels with that. I invest like that's what pays for anything in the truck. Like all my box money goes back into that business. Like none of that pays any bills or nothing. Like it all goes back into that. So like, but eventually, like I do want to make the wood stuff, like wood building, anything, shelves, cabinets, all that, doors, stuff like that.
Are you using like a table saw, or do you have a CNC, or where are you?
So yeah, I do have a table. Like I use basically, I don't have a CNC machine. That would be nice. I do plan. I want to get one of those little ones that does like the 24 by 24. So I can start doing my own like engravings and stuff like that if I want to. I've been trying to find like a brander, like a cattle brander, but nobody can make like my logo with it. So if somebody can find me somebody that can make my logo with a brander, let me know. And
it's kind of hard.
So I've been trying to find something like that, but like they said, like one person I talked to, they're like, your logo is a little bit more what we've ever done, and we're not trying to test it with yours. They're like, we'll get back to you. They never got back to me, so I just kind of forgot about it. So
that logo, is that kind of what's on your shirt?
Yeah. Is that the logo?
No, there's another.
This logo, no, nobody sees this logo ever because it's everywhere in fucking Kansas City, Missouri, just everywhere.
Right.
So funny story. Right? Yeah, that's my logo. Funny story about it. When I first started, I tried to make my own, and it was terrible. Like, so one of my friends, she's like a graphic designer, and like she does designs for like big companies and stuff. Now she actually went to like SCAD, which is like a big college for that stuff. And she seen me post a picture of that, and she like messaged me, and she's like, never design anything. I'm gonna make you a design, and that's gonna be your. And I was like, all right. And then she sent me this, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, like that's awesome, like I like that. So, and it worked out, and like I've got a file that I transfer. I send it to like decal makers and stuff, and like it's all super easy for them. They just get it copied out, cut it out for me, and everything. So
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Tony, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Being that Base Wars is new to our area, what do you think about it? Is there anything we need to change? Is there something we need to add? I mean, we like to hear the feedback.
So I mean, it's definitely blown up. Like, it's definitely become a big thing. Like teaming up with KC Showdown was a good thing. It's definitely gotten you out there. Like, it's definitely known out here now. So like a lot of people are learning about it. It's definitely like blown up this year for sure. Like, we've been having a lot of shows. They've been close. They've been Topeka, Kansas City, Iowa, like kind of the Midwest area. So like it's getting out there for sure. And like every show, I feel like it gets a little bit bigger. But I told I was telling somebody, I was like, I'm gonna steal the mic at one of the shows, and I'm just gonna start talking to everybody. So
right,
like I'm gonna get on there, and like I'm just start talking to everybody. So that like, but that was one of the things I said too. That it's always been my thing, like getting the people a little bit more into, like kind of like a talk show. But I like talking, so like I'll get on there and do like a game show.
You said that the next show, 29th, I know you're going to be there. I'm giving you the mic.
The Street King show? Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Right.
That's going to be a good show, too. That's going to be a really good show.
Rattlers out.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna get them over there. So I feel like that show is going to be a really good show with everything I've heard about it and everything. I think it's going to be a good turnout, a good show, different style of show.
So check this out. So oftentimes when somebody says, "Hey, man, what do you think about it?" And because we're sitting in front of you, you don't tell us the good stuff. So try and find something bad, and that you can tell us.
Jimmy sucks on the computer.
Well, I mean, that's a learning process. It's your first year out. I mean, that's like me. I don't try and judge people when they're new to something, So that's like if somebody comes over and they're like, "Hey, this is my first box I built. What do you?" I had a guy the other night and his box looked good, So like, it's a learning experience. Like, you're new to it, so you're trying to learn. And I get but like that's the thing. Like, I would say getting people more involved, or like we're trying to get more people involved. So like, getting on the mic, getting people excited, and or making we might do try to do little giveaways or something, or make it interesting. When we go, they used to have the big show at NW Audio, and they would give away prizes, but they would do little goofy competitions, like hot wing eating contest, or they did the ping pong balls in the Kleenex box, and you got shake your butt out, shake them out of the box and stuff. Just random little stuff, and make some fun, have some fun with people. And
So Jimmy, I got one for you. You can do a push-up contest for one of the little flashlights that Kicker sent us. Kicker sent us some stuff to give away.
Right? Yeah.
And so I've kind of giving them randomly to people. But you know what? Some kind of little competition like that. We used to do the radio toss back in the day.
Tony,
but then you have to clean up the radio.
Remember the speaker toss back?
Yep. The speaker toss at H&H. Yeah. So
we need to do the speaker toss, and maybe we can hook up something with you, and
Yeah, we can definitely figure some stuff out. Like I've given away, like they did a big show last year, the KC Showdown at the T-Bone Stadium. They did a big show and they were doing like I donated like $200 to one of the people, like a $200 coupon to my company, and then I did 50% off of a box quote. So like if I had quoted you on a box or you got a quote and then you're like, hey, I got this 50% off coupon, there you go, 50% off. Or like I quoted them on a box and a sub and they're like, all right, well, I've got this $200 coupon. Like, there you go. It can go towards anything you want, So like, I don't mind giving away like to do towards like if we can find like a charity type thing too, like do like a raffle or giveaway or like a kind of like a prize or like donate it to something, like.
So what do you, Jimmy, you've got a charity show coming up, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which date. I've got like 5 dates in my head.
Right? It's the Slamology thing.
It's the Slamology one. Yeah, because Slamology canceled. One of the local guys up here, he's trying to put on a show in St. Louis, or in St. Charles, I'm sorry. It's going to be 4 different organizations besides me. I want to say it's USAC, ISAC, maybe DB Drag, Midwest SBL, and Base Wars. I know DB Drag's, I know that was 5, but DB Drag is still up in the air on that one. But anyways, we're going to do it for the OSC. It's a local charity. It's up there. It's it's not going to make us very much money by any means, and that's not what it's all about. But
so this is a cool thing about it, though. So when you come in the gate, this is what's a little bit scary, but you'll pay $50 at the gate.
40.
And then, is it 40?
40. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then you can run in every org for that money.
Yeah, there's 4 different organizations as of now. Maybe the 5th. We're still up in debate on that one, but if you pay your $40 to get in the gate, you get a free run with every organization.
Nice.
So, like cool. I said, though, that is going to be a charity show, and it's all given back. Well, not all. We got to make a little bit to cover our expenses, but a little bit is given back to the organization, and we're going to help. And, anything you guys are willing to give or help out for that show is much appreciated. Yes, Tony, we know you love them.
I've never even heard of that. What is it?
It's
like a nectar drink. It's like a fruit juice, but it's more like naturally sweet rather than a bunch of sugar.
Oh, that's cool. What's it called?
Humex.
JUA?
JUMEX. Humex. It's like a Mexican drink.
Yes.
I look for it.
All the time.
Mexican drink I usually drink has been tequila.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It would be a good mixer, but I don't drink, so.
Right. Yeah. So I haven't had that. I've never even seen or heard of it. How you get that in the center of the country, and I'm here in Mississippi, and I ain't heard of it.
I don't know. You just got to go to like the little taco shops or something. You got to find that.
I'm going to the wrong grocery stores, huh?
Hey, there you go.
Right.
Absolutely. So, I mean, anybody local, if not local, I'm sure he's willing to ship for a small price. Hit up Tony. It's Brewer's Custom Builds. Let me give him some love here. Yep, on his shirt and everybody. He'll give you a really good price. Just hit him up on PM or anywhere around.
That Russian Baltic birch now too, so that's the good shit. It's really nice. I really like this new wood that I got. So and it's like a good quality. So I definitely like it.
Said wood.
Yeah.
Sorry, it came out.
So real quick, man. So there's a lot of people here, and I know you probably don't know this. Base Force is kind of new. So, and we have a lot of people that they're not the big dogs, for sure, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them a lot of them may have just started building their own stuff or whatever. So, Answer some pretty simple questions like what glue do you use? Do you use glue or do you just screw? Or what tell me
So
the
here,
best way to keep a box from coming
I'll give
apart.
you a little garage tour.
Yeah,
Show you the different stuff that I use. So my garage is small for what I do, so it's kind of all crammed in here.
You're efficient, huh?
Yeah. But that's what I've got people who are like, can you make me a bed frame, Dottie? And I'm like, good. If I had the room, I definitely would. So like we're looking at buying a house and stuff. So that's something that's in the mix. So glue wise, oh, I'm bad at this. It's like backwards to me.
Yeah, right.
Here we go.
There you go.
Tight bond. Tight bond, the blue shit. I like the blue shit. It spreads a little bit better. Don't get it on your clothes. If you get it on your clothes, throw them right in the washer, or that shit is not coming out. I promise you that. That's one of those things. Like you stick it to something like that wood glue, it definitely does not like to come out. I've got I've got work clothes now that are just like covered in wood glue. So and then like screws, I just use like regular like construction grade screw, like wood screws. I just buy big tubs of them. Yeah, just
but like what happens if I use metal screws on a wood box?
Huh?
Right. We don't even.
Hey, that's
what I like to use.
I used what I had. They were drywall screws, and I just used them on my box. Does it really matter?
Drywall screws work. You know, there's people who use it. So like once your box is together, the reason I use screws is I don't have 100 clamps to hold 5 boxes together pretty much. So like a lot of people, they'll tell you like the glue will hold it. And I've done that test. It will hold it. But like I just use screws as kind of like a faster way to get it done, to get it. Because I mean, I could glue and clamp and shit, and then it's going to take me a week and a half to build about each box, you know? So like
I couldn't build
a lot of these audio people. Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned about audio people is that they're impatient. So, like if they buy it,
it took me almost 2 months to do my box, and then I demoed it, loved it, and then threw it in the garbage.
Yeah. So one thing I will suggest, like if you really plan on building a lot of stuff and doing a lot of stuff, is get good tool. Like get a good strong router. I've got actually 3 of these guys. I've got 3 big old Bosch routers. I've got one that's set up to cut, one that's set up on my flush trim, and one that's set up on a roundover bit. So like that's another thing where like it becomes efficiency. So like at work we do a lot of piece rates. So like I've got that mindset to where like I try and make shit a little bit more efficiently the more I get into it.
Okay, answer a couple of the questions on the chat here. I had one from Chris. He said, "What's better, Phillips head or Torque heads?"
So Torx head, I like Torx heads just because they grip a lot better. They don't slip. They don't. You've got your Torx bit, and you can just fucking send it home. You know, like with a Phillips screw, sometimes they hit like a hard spot in that wood, and then you end up with a stripped out screw. These Torx bits, 100% just send it, good to go. You know, and so the brad nail thing.
Okay, what about Tyler's?
Yeah. So the brad nail and staple thing. So like, I do have a brad nail.
I don't know why you would use staples on a box to begin with, but I'm just gonna.
Well, they have bigger staples that are like brad nails. But like I do brad nails occasionally for like smaller boxes. But I also have like a really small air compressor. So that's another thing that I'm working on. Once we move and I get a bigger workshop, I can get some bigger stuff. So like I want to get a panel saw. I've got me a dust collector that takes up a good portion, and my table saw. I've got a big nice saw now. I got the big rigid stationary saw.
Did you get rid of your old dust collector?
I had the one that needed a motor, but I bought a new one for the price that the motor was going to be. So I just ended up getting the new one, got it all set up. It came in a big old box with everything that I needed. I didn't need to get any extra stuff.
Well, I was only asking for personal reasons because
I ended up, I did end up getting rid of it, but But I got this other one. It works good. But like, yeah, so like tight bond, torque screws, a good router, a good drill or impact. I use my impact just because that's what I used to use a drill, but at work I use my impact a lot, so I became a little bit more comfortable with the impact style. So now that's more what I use, and I feel like it gets it maybe a little bit tighter. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things, you know. And so but that's one of those things. And then like I'm not a fan of MDF just because when you cut MDF, it goes everywhere. Like if you're constantly cutting MDF, your whole garage, like my whole garage is covered in sawdust as it is, but like MDF is a lot worse. So that's why I like birch.
Getting dust out of the basement for almost a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah. So like that's why I've switched. I only do birch now. Like it gives you a better quality product. It looks better. I think it sounds better. I mean, it's just overall a better product, and that's what I want to give my people is the best product. And I feel like my prices are pretty fair for what you get.
Very reasonable.
And
I'm sorry, Tyler, but I want to disagree with you. Tyler said staples and glue are the strongest thing. I disagree. Anybody
I
that's
haven't tried it, so I wouldn't.
I'm sorry, that's like a prefab box.
I mean, like I said, like the glue will hold it and it'll do its job, but like on like a bigger build, like I always use screws. That's just my preference. That's how I started. That's how I've always been. I've kind of like changed a few things, and like I can look at a box and be like, oh, I built this like probably like 3-4 years ago. I was still using Phillips screws. Look at the stain, like the stain doesn't look that good either. I'm like, oh man, like I'm glad you guys supported me when my shit looked like this, and like now I've got it to where it is now. So
yeah.
Okay, Chris. Hanson, his last name, resin inside and poly interior. Or does poly inside?
So yeah, I used to do resin all the time on all the boxes, and that used to be an option I gave. I still do that, but a lot of people don't ask for it. It will so I've learned that like just resining it doesn't really do a whole lot, but when you get it to where like it's super smooth, you do all the sanding, you do all the like polishing, buffing it out, doing all the extra, like going the extra. I've got the box I'm making right now. I'm kind of doing that. Like I'm doing the resin, I'm doing the clear coat, I'm sanding 300, 500, 1,000 grit sandpaper, like just making it super smooth. So like, because now I'm playing with the game of tenths. Like I'm trying to gain tenths at this point. I'm not trying to gain, like it's hard to gain full dBs to where I'm at, to where now I'm like just trying to get those extra tenths. And if I can get those extra tenths, that's what I'm happy with.
Well, that's where I personally, I'm going to say I love you to death, Tony, and you know I do, but I disagree because resin on the inside of the box actually helps out, but it only helps out just a tenth or two or maybe three. It's not going to get you like a full dB gain.
Oh yeah.
And that's what a lot of people actually think. Oh, I'm going to resin the inside of the box and I'm going to get a full dB. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean it'll help a little bit.
So I mean it does help a little, but not as much as most people think. But when you're facing numbers, every tenth counts.
So listen, so they're asking about this Russian Baltic birch. Nobody's ever heard of it except you, Tony. So what's up with that?
Okay, so Russian Baltic birch is.
Do you have any? Show them.
Yeah. So I'll show you the difference between. So like you can see, this is your regular Home Depot birch. It's got 7 layers to it, and the layers are kind of thick. There's a lot of voids and shit. So like sometimes you'll be cutting and you'll just hit like a flat spot out of it, and like it's not
the holes in between.
Yeah.
So like my buddy Joe on the team, he works at a lumber yard. He's like, hey, we got this Russian Baltic birch. I can get you a bunch of it, good price, not bad, and it's a way better product. So this stuff is a lot different. So this is 13 layers.
That looks awesome, kind of like a marine plywood.
Yeah, so this is like cabinet grade plywood, and this stuff it's a world of difference between it. It's a lot more solid. I've yet to find a void. It looks real good. It sands real good. It just all around feels like a better way more solid product.
What about the difference?
Huh?
It's a little different.
The what?
Is there a cost difference?
A cost? So yeah, the Russian Baltic birch costs a little bit more, but with the amount that I buy, like I get a decent price. So now, like, yeah, so like I buy 22. Last time I bought 22 sheets of it, so I got a decent price. So it kind of sucks when I get it, and yeah. So it sucks when I get it, and I've got to cut it all down by myself with the full sheets and stuff. But like, it does.
Do you put it on sawhorses and use a jag to cut it straight, or
no? So I'll set my table saw up, and then I've also got another little side table, and I've got a catching table.
You got a pretty big setup there.
Yeah. So I'll take it out of my garage and I'll do it in my driveway to where I can put the full sheet out there and get a nice, good, clean cut. And then I'll get it cut up to like, I'll cut it to like my basic measurements. Like I've got a lot of like, basic like 32 wide, 42 wide, 48 wide for the Tahoe, stuff like that. So like I've got a lot of like basic cuts that I do and just have it set up. And then if somebody wants that off size, I make it work. It leaves me with a little bit more scrap, but with the price difference that I buy when I'm buying it by that much, it's really not too bad.
Yeah. Okay, I have a little small question for you. If I have you build me a box for a Honda Accord, can I take that same box and throw it in a Tahoe and it sound the same, if not better, because it's bigger airspace?
I mean, so that's something that, like, so a lot of people ask me that, and that's one of those things where like every vehicle is different. It could even be like the same type of vehicle, and it's still going to give you like one Tahoe to a different Tahoe could give you a different sound, just because.
Okay, well, what about if? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
what about if I have the exact same Tahoe with the exact same box? Does it matter because I have different equipment, different amplifiers, and different battery power?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's definitely going to come into play. So absolutely. I mean, that's one of those things that when you start changing your setup, changing different things, changing your subs out and all that, you're going to get different responses because different subs are built a little bit different. They may look the same sometimes, but they've got different soft parts and different stuff that's going to change the frequencies in your vehicles. So
absolutely. I mean, that's the difference between getting an upgraded coil or just staying with stock.
Yeah. Yep. So even if you like blow your sub and you get some upgraded soft parts from different recone makers and stuff, like Directronics,
like Horner.
Yeah, they do
Directronics. No plug Directronics.
Yeah, you get a better soft parts, than factory, or you can get the same parts if you want. It depends on what your goal is. If you just want the same setup, you can get the same setup and you'll be all right.
Of course, another secret. Absolutely. But see, a lot of people don't have that hookup where they can go and buy that. A lot of people just go to Home Depot and they choose on the floor or the shelves or whatever. A lot of people don't know to ask for the special stuff.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the thing. Like even just because, so I've learned this too, is just because like Home Depot and Lowe's don't have it on their shelves doesn't mean that they can't get it for you. Like they can custom order stuff, because like I've talked to my guys at Home Depot, because like I'm a regular there. Like all the guys see me, they're like, oh, there's the guy that spends a bunch of money. Like let's see how he's doing, and like I always talk to him, and like so like I asked him that the other day, and I asked if they could get it, and they're like, yeah, we can get it. It's just they don't sell a lot of that around here, or like the people that do buy it, they buy it from the guy that I buy it from. They just go straight to the yard because they're getting like I said, it's like cabinet grade. So a lot of the like construction workers and stuff, like they'll go get a pallet of 33 sheets or whatever, and they'll take it to the job. So, but yeah, so if you ask your local Home Depot or Lowe's, or like ask those guys, usually they can get it for you if you ask them.
Jeremy says that's Midwest heavy hitters would. Absolutely. Sorry, just trying to read a little shit coming in.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a lot, like, it's a better quality. I like it. I don't know. That's after dealing
James,
with
I'm gonna be truthful with you. I'm sorry, Tony. I don't mean to interrupt you. He asked for the box style for a F-150. It depends what battery power you have, what alternator you have, what wire you have. I mean, there's so many different parameters in that. He can't just tell you, let's build a 3/4 by 57 inches by half inch by, and I'm just throwing numbers out. Everything.
415s and an F-150, just wallet.
What's your goal? What do you want to do with it? Right.
That's the biggest thing. Are you trying to compete, or do you want it to be a daily driver? And a lot of people don't understand there's a huge difference between competing and being a daily driver.
Or being windy. Not that windy builds can't get loud, but most of the time a number is going to be from, you build differently for those. So
absolutely. Yes.
So
Tony
that's how we say that. If your goal is a number, they would give you one situation. But if your goal is to be windy, they give you another. If your goal is SQ, they give you another. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Antonio, I'm going back to no wall. Whatever. No, you're not. No, he's not. He's lying.
So, y'all, David's comment here. We did this a few weeks ago. We had Kip from Kicker come on the show, and he gave out some T-shirts and things to people that could ask some questions or that could answer some questions. And one of the guys has already gotten his stuff. So, David, you ought to see it any day.
I want to stay within the next day or two. I talked to Kip today. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. What happened to Tony?
He might have hit a button. I'm sure he'll come back. But so I was probably a week or two before I sent that information to Kip. So it's kind of on me if you didn't get it fast. After I sent it to him, he sent the stuff out really fast. And like I said, Jason Lucas already has his stuff within a day or two. So
I'm sure and he shared with me. With me. Look at that.
Right.
Amazing, living loud.
Yeah.
My internet just crashed. I got booted. My bad, guys. No biggie, Tony.
Right.
We appreciate you for coming on tonight and taking up a little bit of your time.
No doubt.
Like I want to say, Tony has a pretty decent following, and everybody in the Kansas City, Missouri / somewhere around here actually knows who he is. And if you need a box, just hit him up on Facebook or PM him. He'll definitely get you taken care of. I promise.
Yeah. And look, when I'm not from Kansas City, but I will tell you this: I didn't see any more decals than I saw Brewer's custom builds on the cars up there. There was a lot of, I think, some other different clubs and stuff, but I saw those decals on a lot of cars.
Brewer has did a lot for a lot of people, and
I guarantee you, if you go back and look at the pictures I have posted from up there, you'll see a bunch of those decals on those cars.
Absolutely. Speaking of decals, Jimmy will have stickers at the next show. So,
I think I'll have about 150 of them, and my fingers are still tired.
Yes, Steve, we're working on that one too.
Yeah. But however, I'm going to do something. So I would like to show you guys this. This will not be Jimmy's fault. This will be my fault. So I sent Jimmy a package this morning of awards and for the show this weekend. So, but unfortunately, I forgot to put these in the box. So I am going in the morning and send them to Jimmy. So all you guys, and I posted pictures of all these, but well,
look at it, Tony Brewer right there.
Right. So I hope they get there by this weekend. That light is just killing me, isn't it?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
But I hope that all these make it before the show this weekend, and Jimmy will have them for you. But just in case they don't, I'll just show you how pretty they are, even though you can't touch them yet.
I'd like to say to anybody that was at the 712 Boom Show, I heard there's a conversation going on about another one. So the plaques that you're not local to me and able to pick up, you could possibly get them at the next 712 show.
Right?
We're not saying anything.
I have to go back and look, but there is a guy that asked me if I could mail it to him, and I don't remember exactly who it was. I could probably figure it out, but I'll probably shoot it to you, and I bet you probably have to mail it to him.
Okay.
If I can figure it out, I'll keep it.
He actually asked a very good question. He asked, "Can I buy one of them plates? I love them."
Yeah, so I'll come up with something and send some out for sale. If you guys like
a picture of mine in the next day or two.
I didn't make yours yet, Jimmy.
The picture. No, it's all good.
Also, I've neglected Jeremy Mott. Those your plate and his membership card didn't make it yet.
Oh, Jeremy's gonna be
Don't
mad.
tell Jeremy. Right? So, but anyway, we're almost done. Boom. That's the last one. So if these don't get to you guys before he comes to the show on Friday, it's mine. But hopefully they'll get there. I'm going to take them to the post office in the morning early.
It will happen, but some of the guys won't be at this show this weekend, so it'll be a couple weekends after.
Right.
Hopefully. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you guys following us, and we definitely appreciate all the love. You know, I wouldn't say we're a big organization. Sorry. There it is. You know, we're trying, and we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as long as you guys help us to grow, and we appreciate all the love and support that you're giving us.
So, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
What is this? What is this?
Yeah, okay. We're moving on.
All right. What is that?
That's in the works.
Okay.
That's the show that we had the discussion about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's in the works. I mean, when all that's final, we'll post everything up. That's all I gotta say. I can't make it, announced yet.
Right. It ain't done yet. It ain't done until it's done, huh?
It's in the works, and we're gonna try to do what we can do. Progressive shows, I still have to talk to Billy about that. I don't know if we necessarily have them or need them, but we'll do what we got to do.
Is that like double and triple points?
Yes, sir. So you do that with like Midwest SPL and USAC and everything else.
So
it's for the people that can't make all the shows.
Right.
And speaking of which, all right, let's get this live on camera. How many points do you need, and how many shows do you need to go to finals?
50
with base boards.
50 points, or I think it is 5 shows is what I had written.
50 points per class.
So okay,
overall
classes you got to have at least 2 shows, no matter how many points, but 2 shows in your class you want to compete in.
So 50 points per class and at least 2 shows.
Well, 50 points total, right? And at least 2 shows in the class you want to compete in the finals. And those have to be the last 2 shows that you competed in. So you can't come with a stealth build up it to a kingpin, and then come compete and dumb it back down into stealth. You can't do that.
Once you bumped up in a class, you pretty much stay up there. Am I correct when I say that?
Say that again.
Once
Yeah.
once you bump up in a class, you have to stay there.
Yeah,
I mean, because I've had a lot of people ask me.
Let me be clear about that. If you come with a stealth build and you say, "Hey, man, I'm bad and I want to compete against the monster guys," you can do it, but you got to do it the rest of the year, right?
Yes,
you can't go back down.
Have to stay there.
Right now, if you change your build, that's fine. If you got a legendary build and you say, you know what, I'm worried about when I turn that knob, it's going to cost me $10,000, and I want to put two 12s in a top and a Taurus and come compete in that, you got to get two shows with that Taurus kind of thing.
Absolutely. I would like to see more than two shows. That's Billy's recommendation. I would like to see at least 3 to 4 shows, and that's just me.
I was going to say this too. It's a little different where you are, Jimmy. Jimmy's just getting kind of going, and also Jimmy has a full-time job and this and that, and so I really need to go count how many shows I've had this year. I don't even know. I've lost track, but I have a lot of shows. So the guys in my area,
at least 25 plus at least.
Oh, I bet I'm sitting at 50. I don't know that, but I think I am somewhere there. But so the people that are in my area, they don't really have to worry about the number of shows they get, because I have them sometimes 2 a weekend. Last weekend I had 2 within 50 miles of one another. So so they not really have to worry about getting the points and getting the number of shows. So and honestly, the points, I don't. The only reason I really have the points out there at all is because we're new and upcoming, and I don't want somebody that has never competed with us to show up at our finals and kind of steal the show. Not going to let that happen. So that's kind of the reason we have the show requirements.
Okay, there's a couple of questions I would like to ask. How many points first place worth?
All right, so first place is worth 10 points.
Next one up.
Anytime you guys want to check this out, they're on the score sheet. First place is 10 points. You get a point for just simply entering. So if you don't win anything, you're going to get a point. If you have a Base Wars decal on your car, that's another point. Right. So you can get it is possible for you to get 13 points. Also, if you demo your vehicle, that's another point. And I don't mean demo it in front of the tent, but if Jimmy knows that you're out there demoing, he's going to give you another point. But if you get out of your car, close it up, and don't participate in the show very much, then you're not going to get that point. And that is designed simply because we want the shows to be more fun. And that is exactly why we have free reruns, because as long as that meter's moving, people are having fun usually.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something. We had some guys in the, I think they were monster builds. And so because we have free reruns, a guy comes in and does 145. And then a guy comes in and does in the same class a 145.1. You can bet your bottom dollar that 145 is coming back. So, but we had a battle going the other day, man. People, they went out there and played, and they got a decimal or two. Just no money, y'all. Just changing things in their car out in the field where we were having that show. So that was really cool. But so anyway, I'm just saying we got reruns to try to make it fun, and that's why we have that 1 point if you do give demos and stuff, to just try to make the Base War shows fun.
I did 2 shows, all first place, but don't know if I have enough points.
So you've got, I know you demo, I know you're a member, or else you wouldn't be getting points at all. So I know that's, I don't know if you have a decal. I don't think you have a decal on there. But if you need me to, I'll make you a big one. You may have to hang your head out the window because I'd like to put it on the windshield. But yeah, so in theory, right now you have at a minimum
26.
22.
22.
Right? No, 24. 24 points, and you need 50 or 5 shows. You cannot place in all 5 shows, but if you come to 5 shows, you're in. So it's not just a points thing. If you come and you don't place, well, in that case, we don't want to use your windshield. Then we may think about the hood.
Well,
Right.
it happens.
Right.
Free reruns. Holy crap! I didn't know that. Yes, we have free rerun. Reruns. Sorry,
Right.
reruns as many times as you guys would like. On the exception that, I want to say the last 45 minutes of the show. Please don't come back up. Please don't come back up and ask to rerun because, we got to do the ending shows. We have to tally up scores and we want to save that last little bit of the show for anybody that hasn't run, that needs to.
Right.
So.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you're at the last 40 minutes of the show and everybody else has competed, and I'm sure Billy's the same way. If everybody else has competed, if you want to rerun, I'm not necessarily gonna complain about it, but I'm just gonna ask, please don't.
Yeah. And it depends. If they've gone through 5 times, give me a break. But if it's the second one, and I'll say this too, guys, you may want to think about this. If you come to the show and you wait until, let's say the show ends at 5, and a lot of people come and they demo and they play, which doesn't make sense to me. But if you don't go through and meter until 3:55 and he cuts reruns off at 4, and you don't get an opportunity to come back and answer anybody. So you might want to
untouchable sounds. I'm
right. He likes to
right now.
Right.
The last minute of the show, please let me go put my doors on.
Right. Well, I had the doors put on the other day. I'm in Biloxi here, and they were having we had some wind, and my tent is strong, but dude, that tent was starting to flex, and so we took the tent down, sitting my monitor right there on the table. We just did it in the sunlight, but I gave them announcements. Look, when you signed up, I was like, dude, come on now, because if something happens, you don't want to not get your run in. And let me say this too. Listen, let me say this. We don't have a lot of rules in base wars. Here are the rules. If you have a front ported box as a console box, you're gonna meter on the windshield. Simple as that. I mean, we just can't let you meter. You got ports down low, right? So, but with that being said, I'm almost to make another one to where we don't give refunds, and I have been doing that. But man, this is what's going on. You give the guy, the guy waits till the end of the day and he sees that he can't beat a score that's up there, and he comes back and tells me his stuff's broke. It's happened to me 3 times so far. Tells me his stuff's broke, and then I see him out there demoing. Come on, man. So I think I might stop the refunds. I think I might just stop that, because so far 3 times I know of, it's just not been right. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I love you guys to death, but if you're not up there in the required time, you're not getting a refund. No, that's on you.
Well, this wasn't
really a little bit more nicer than I am, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, but it's not. No. This guy wasn't really a time thing, but if you put, like, when you put the stats up on the screen, used to, I would wait until the end of the show before I put that up, because people come look at the scores and they want to wait before they enter, and they look at the scores to see if they can win anything, and if they don't think they can, they won't enter. So I used to not put those scores up until the end, and honestly, they've been up really early the last probably 5 shows, because I just forget that they're up there. So
I've had a couple of people wait till the last minute to buy a first place, and I'm not going to call anybody out, but it's happened.
Right.
But I mean, it is what it is, and I'm not trying to be ugly, but don't wait until the last 45 minutes. We all have lives, and we all have times. If the show is scheduled to run between 11 and 4, don't come up to me at 3:45 and say I want to rerun, because it's not going to happen.
Right, right. But anyway, we do want you to rerun because we want it to be fun. So,
Yes. Yes.
And it is fun. It's really fun. I really enjoyed watching those guys increase their scores by decimal or two by moving boxes and this and that. It's fun to watch, man. It's fun to see who's going to do what. It's just fun.
Absolutely. Right? I like it when they start out at a 145 and I tell them, go play. Go move the box, go move the sensor. I mean, move everything. And go back up and rerun. It's fun, and I had one at not the last show, but the show before. He started out at a very small number, and I'm not going to call anybody out, but he started out, we'll just say at a 45-ish. And by the end of the show, he was up to a 47. Because he kept playing with the box, and he kept playing with the tuning and playing with just a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And, I would like to say, just reach out. I know there's plenty of people around your neighborhood, around your area, around just a little bit of everything. Even if you have to pay him a couple bucks to set up his meter to go play. Playing means everything. Test, and more tests. That's going to help everything. I mean, just everything. With a window up, with the door open, with your cabin completely sealed. I've seen where just opening up your glove box and turning your air conditioner on recirculate matters. I mean, I've seen just a little bit of everything. There's so many tricks and so much stuff so much stuff that you can do out there. It just makes everything a little bit different. But if you're not chasing them numbers, you don't quite understand what we're saying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I believe this too. Check this out. 15 hours a week just testing.
Absolutely. Yes. Steve has tested a lot, and I've watched him, but he stopped giving the scores when he got from year to year.
Yeah. Right.
But he's absolutely right. You have to test. When you're chasing numbers, you have to test, and test.
Yeah.
No, people were not on YouTube yet, but Billy, we need to think about that.
Actually, we do have a Base Force channel. We just need somebody to.
Why can't we bring that in here on live?
What do you mean?
Well, Everyday Car Audio has both. They have Facebook and everything.
Well, I don't know. There may be a way that you can put them together. I don't know. I just I only use YouTube to learn how to code using Python. So I don't know. I haven't really. I don't know if I didn't even know you could do it.
Well, maybe I'll have to reach out to hashtag fuck Skip or T Fade. I love them both.
Right. Yeah, I learned about this software right here because they invited me on their show, and that's how I learned about this StreamYard thing that we use. Yeah, I like it. I like them. They have good chemistry together between the two of them.
You can share your live on Facebook to YouTube Live. Okay.
Yeah. How do you do that? Oh, I could share my live on Facebook to YouTube. So.
No, I was talking about YouTube in the lanes.
Oh, okay. So listen, so that's probably a good idea. But I will tell you guys
they won't shut us down as much.
The reason I quit doing the live at the shows was two reasons. One, Facebook kept flagging me for the music, and two, and Lord, I don't really want to get into this right here, but
no.
Man, the language, man, you got to have a little class, and I don't want my little girl or anybody else's little people listening to the crap that gets played on those stunt walls, man.
Boy.
So I just quit. I quit making them live. And that is literally why. It was language. Man, it don't take much to have a little class when you're playing something that's going to be heard 3 miles away. So though I would never tell anybody what to play. That's not, but I'm not gonna. I'm just not gonna reproduce it. So that's why I quit doing them live. That's the main reason I quit doing them live. Because if I'm not sitting there paying attention, and they start talking about popping that P, man, no.
Ouch. No, it's got to stop. Absolutely.
So that's the reason. That is really why I quit doing it live, and it was the language of the music. And I hate to be that way, and so I just quit doing it, and I didn't ask anybody not to play it because it's up to you. You got the right to play what you like, but I didn't want it on my live feed. I just didn't. So that's how come I didn't. That's
all right.
how come I quit doing it.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so I tried the video only once, but like for one, in my opinion, watching the show is very difficult because there's, if nobody's in the lane, then it's kind of it's boring. But when I took the audio off, really boring. I don't know. There's probably something that could be done to help liven it a little bit, but the reality is those scores are not really. When I put when I share the screen and I have that up there and somebody's doing something, then it's it's something to watch. But otherwise, when there's nobody sitting in the lane or whatnot, it is really kind of boring, especially without the sound. So I tried that, and actually people commented to me telling me, man, it sucks without sound. Turn the sound back on. Right. Right. Kind of like that. So I'm looking over the comments over here. Anybody have any quick questions you want to ask? I've got a question for you. For anybody that builds, if Tony's still watching, or anybody that builds, or anybody that's got an opinion. So
Dan Current in the house.
What do you guys use no, I don't want to say that. I'm not talking about software, but what determines the length of the port for you guys? Right? What for you guys out there? What determines the length of the port for you? What are you doing when you choose that length? That's really kind of what I'm wondering. When and where is the finals? So this is Steve Herman. So Steve,
my area.
I think we're going to have probably 3 of them. All right. When I say 3, let me just be a little bit clear. We may have 3 in one location on the same day, middle of April, right? I'm still checking on dates for locations. So we will likely have a finals come to in 3 different locations and maybe call them into one another and put them in one computer and broadcast that on Facebook. That's one idea. The other idea is to do 3 separate finals for each area, and then have a step past that. The only problem with that is I just don't know if we're big enough to ask people to travel 10, 12 hours. We got guys in the southern Florida district and you guys way up north. And so where's the middle that we could have a show? Maybe in a year or 2, I definitely want to have a regular finals, but I'm just not, I'd hate for you to make that drive now and 4 people show up. We're just not that big yet. So, but anyway, mid-April next year. It was going to be the end of March. I said it on this show, but USAC come a month after I said it and set theirs on the same date. So if I have it before USAC, I don't think people will come because they don't want to blow up their stuff. So I'm thinking about after USAC, a couple of weeks, where when they blow their stuff up at USAC, they can have a little time to fix it and still come to Base Wars. So that's kind of what we're thinking.
Anyways, Dan. I said, you won't turn it up anyways, Dan. Stop lying.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to read some of these messages.
I'm gonna beat you, Jeremy. Mine's gonna be playing within about 2 months.
I don't know. I'm trying. We'll see.
Right.
Kansas is in the middle of the USA. I like that, actually, Tyler. Kansas.
What
Tyler said Kansas is the middle of USA.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes right down to it, it really is. But we don't expect everybody from Billy's region to drive down here. That's a bit much.
Right, because some of those guys are in Miami, So you see Steve's comment right here? I think Steve needs to come on the show next week. Steve, I think you need to come on the show next week. No, do we have somebody for next week?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think Steve, you should work it out to where you can come on the show next week. But
you also need to work out where Base Force can come to St. Louis up in your district.
Right? Is that where Steve's at?
St. Louis? I believe Steve's in St. Louis. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I believe. I'm sorry.
So, Steve, what I was actually trying to kind of get people to understand, and this is assuming this is correct, but when you have the front wave of that speaker, the length of that port, so basically what I'm trying to figure out is how to explain to people about the back wave coming back out that port and matching that front wave to give it double and that's where your peak frequency probably usually happens at. But that's kind of what I was trying to help educate people on. And actually what they're doing is trying to make that front wave get in sync with the back. And that's kind of where I was trying to go with that, but trying to get somebody else to explain it. Somebody that
wave guidance. Absolutely, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what he's talking about.
I don't know that I can explain it well enough, that the people, because I would like this to be educational, and I would like because we got a lot of the stealth and the monster and the smaller systems, but same thing, wavelength, that stuff's important when you're talking about going to the front of a car to meter. So
tenths. I mean, everybody doesn't understand tenths matter in the SPL game.
Right.
They matter a lot.
Well, you get that enclosure right too, and that's more than tenths usually when you get those two waves to line up on top of one another and increase that amplitude. And but that gets a little deep, and I don't know if I'm the best person to explain it. So
no, absolutely not. Well, I don't mean that by you. I mean me. I'm definitely not. I reach out to a lot of people, and I'm kind of the in-between person. I listen to what this person says and what this person says, and I take a little bit of data and I come in the middle, and then I try personal experience.
Yeah. So what do you think, Steve Herman? Send me a message if you would like to come on next week and try to explain some stuff.
I think you should, absolutely.
Well, but some people don't want to. They want to keep the knowledge to themselves because they don't want to enable their competitors, and we all understand that competition is competition. But
Steve reached out to Dan, but I love him. I said, reach out to Dan. Dan Horner at Directronics.
Right.
Directronics. Yes, sir. But absolutely, I'll come on and explain anything I can. Absolutely. So next Monday we're gonna have Steve Herman on.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Absolutely. I would love to have Dan with Directronics on, but he's a very, very busy man, and it's not going to happen.
So is Dan current in Facebook jail? Why don't he have a profile picture?
I know. Why is there not a profile picture, Dan? Dan current? I know Steven, but Dan Horner is a very busy man, and he's trying to build everybody's subs, let alone to come on here.
I tried to, and Kip said he would try to work it out, but I tried to get the guy that designs motors for Kicker to come on and help us out, and, so we might can get that worked out a little later. He said he thought he would.
Are you blocked in? Yeah. Well,
Well, all right, guys. We kept you 2 hours again, and we didn't mean to. We tried to limit it to an hour, but man, this didn't work out this time. Oh, Tony Brewer is long-winded, right?
Yes. Tony's the man. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. But
he will help everybody else.
Do what now?
I'm sorry. I said Tony will help everybody. He's a very good guy.
I was really just picking on him, but okay, well, cool. So we're gonna have Steve Herman on next week. Steve, I'll send you a link a little bit before. But anyway, so I look forward to that. We get to have this little fun conversation.
You're called out now.
All right. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in with us. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we look forward to seeing you next week. This weekend, I actually don't have any shows, and I didn't know it until today. So that's kind of weird. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the weekend. I don't even know the last time I didn't have a show. I don't even know what to do. But Jimmy, you have one, right?
Yes, sir. It's the 29th, I believe.
Is that that's this weekend? Yeah.
August 29th at. I'm trying not to be horrible. I want to look at it. Is Streetcar Takeover? No. Wrong. It's Street Kings show out in Topeka. I'm sorry. I'm just like horrible, and I'm butchering it.
Hey, man, you just wait till you get it kind of like I do, where I schedule all these events a year ahead of time, and people come up, man, when's the next show? And I'm like, I'm not sure, but I have it right here at Heartland Motorsports Park. Yeah, in Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah, it's Heartland. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I've got like a million things going on in the background that I'm going to tell you guys about next week.
All right. Right. No, not tonight.
Hi, Tim. Hi, Scott. See you on the 12th. Tony Brewer, watching everybody else in Demo the Woody. Yes, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of shows coming up from Billy's region and my region that, we're just trying to do what we could do under this this pandemic that we're having. And, it stopped us from having as many shows as I would like to. I'm sorry. Billy's probably still, he's booked up.
Yeah, I don't. I wish I could give the pandemic a little bit more attention, I guess you'd say. And it's not that I take it lightly or whatever, but man, this is one slight reality. Is I did one of those antibody tests kind of thing. I've not had the coronavirus. How many shows have I done? So we're all pretty much 6 feet, but we're dudes. We don't like being close to one another, So, but as much as I would like to sometimes not have the show because I get a little nervous about the corona thing, when I said I'd do a show, I'm gonna pretty much do the show. I'm not gonna back out on somebody. So if somebody cancels the show, that's fine. But I'm not. I'm personally not gonna back out on somebody else doing the show. With that being said, most of the time I'll put sanitizer, some masks, some gloves, and some Lysol on the table for people. We can spray that stuff down before you even touch it. And so it hasn't really affected me the way that it's affected Jimmy because he's attached to some bigger shows, and I am just I do it different. I go to a little local restaurant or a local audio store, and so it's just me and them. So if they're open, I can still do it. And the reality is, when you're outside, you have a bigger number of people that you can have. You're not inside, so you're not limited to 50% or whatever. You don't have that. So we're always outside, and you guys are too. But
absolutely,
you can just have more people. And if we have 30 to 50 entries, or so be it. We're spread out. We're not talking hundreds of people like a baseball game or something like that. So I just don't have to worry about it as much as some of the other sports or whatnot. So I've been able to have more shows than Jimmy has been able to, because the bigger car shows, they attract more people and they get canceled. I've just not had myself in that position. So
I'll be honest with you though, when it comes to that, I've limited myself because I don't want to cancel shows. I don't want to disappoint a bunch of people and let them plan out months and months and months ahead to be at a car show, and I have to cancel it. I mean, I've had tremendous help with Denny Eddy down here at KC Showdown. And if you guys don't know who he is, please check out his page because he's been a tremendous help. Really.
Sure.
But, I mean, I could have a lot more shows, and I'm at that fine line where truthfully I don't want to cancel shows, guys. I'm sorry. And I don't want to post up a bunch of shows and then in a month or 2 weeks or a week before I have to cancel. I don't want to do that to you guys. And I'm sorry. How do we see our points and how many do we need? Absolutely.
Yeah. So that, and also you guys got to remember, Jimmy's just started kind of running these shows, so there's a learning curve there, and nobody wants to mess up. So I asked him to start slow, and because just take your time and be comfortable doing it. Because it don't seem like it, but when you got 5 people, one guy trying to buy a decal, one guy signing up, one guy metering, you got a lot of people looking at you at once, and so sometimes it can get challenging.
Luckily, I have the support and love from my wife to help me. Right. I mean, there's been quite a few shows where you see me try to mangle, but I mean, if I'm the only one there by myself, obviously I'm gonna have to run the computer, the term lab, everything. So just be patient. I'm sorry. I'm learning. Is what it is.
See, the last few shows, I haven't even really been able to get up and take pictures. Once that line kind of starts and you got the free reruns coming, you just often don't get an opportunity to get up and take some pictures.
But it happens.
Right. Yes. And so it's nice when you can have some help. But anyway, guys, we're not going to keep you. We've been at you for 2 hours, and we apologize for that. So, look, we'll see you next Monday night. Jimmy's got a show in Topeka, Kansas this weekend, and apparently I have the weekend off unless something happens in the next few days. So thank y'all, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Peace.